We on?
We are indeed. Bear
There
with me
we go.
just a second. I'm just going to post the links into the chats. Okay, ladies and gents, welcome along to FTRL. We're here for round 6 today at Budapest in Hungary. We hit the midpoint of the season and we're starting off in Division 2. Joining me in the commentary box tonight, we've got Dale, aka Fear, aka FTRL DTF, all them letters. Welcome along, mate.
Thanks for having me. Feels different being in the supporting role, not the main commentator for once.
I know. Well, just to inform people, I've moved up to Division 1. We've had a slight change around in terms of the drivers in divisions. But yeah, a bit of a reshuffle, so it's going to be myself and you commentating in Division 2. And whoever we can find basically to do Division 1. But no, it should be a good one tonight,
Sure
mate.
We'll put it in the chat after.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure we'll beg people to commentate tomorrow.
I'm sure we'll figure it out. Just double checking, mate,
do.
just quickly. I know it's a new account, but just to checking that you're allowing your voice to be shared, just in case. I haven't heard anything yet, but I just thought I'd just double check that.
Party. Yep, we are on.
Cool.
It's okay.
Perfect. Okay, Shay's just offered to do Division 1, which is very nice of him, so thank you, mate.
Shay, you are an absolute legend.
He is indeed. Don't tell him that too much, because otherwise his head will get too big.
Yeah,
But yes, anyway,
it's already big enough.
It certainly is. We've got 17 drivers tonight. We have got 15 of the usual gang. We've got 2 reserve drivers, a couple of debutants tonight. A few guys unfortunately unable to race, but that happens from time to time. So in terms of new drivers, we have got C-Tice Demon, who is a new regular driver for McLaren, I believe. We've got Kingdom Martin, who's an ex-Division 1 driver who is looking to get a permanent seat in Div 2. We've got Josh, who is a reserve driver as well. Only joined the league yesterday, so this is his first race with us. Bully Boy is racing as a permanent driver. We've got Chris Bean, who you actually recruited yourself, Dale. I'm expecting good things from him this evening.
Oh, believe me, I've handpicked the wee lad, so
yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't let me down tonight.
Exactly. We have got, for those that don't recognise the FTRL Panini, that is Pagani. He's jumped aboard and gone with the FTRL gamer tag now, which is good to see. And finally, and probably most importantly, we have finally convinced our head steward onto the podium to take a seat. He's going to be replacing me in the Renault 2 partner Co-Andy. So best of luck to him this evening. I'm sure if he does well, we won't stop hearing about it for the next week. But good luck to him. We also have Shayo back after becoming a father for the second time, so massive congratulations to him. He's asked me to let everyone know that he's racing with no traction, so I imagine that we'll see Shay retire even sooner than he normally does tonight.
I am calling it not even halfway down the pit straight.
Off the line, I reckon he's going to retire. Anyway, so far in quali, we've got just under 7 minutes left. We've got Scuba's currently on pole, as we would probably expect this evening. After seeing Scuba racing around Hungary, I'm sure you'll back me up on this, Dale. He's extremely quick around here. I've seen him take good aids to deep water in terms of Hungary races, over 50% distance. and he's just gone quickest again with a 1:17.6.
He's just gone quicker. He's just improving more and more.
He certainly has. Right, we've got Connor is actually second on the grid at the moment with a 1:17.8, and the final of the three guys to be in the 1:17s is Trizzy. I'm expecting quite a close race tonight. I reckon there's quite a lot of guys that can get very, very close in terms of qualifying times. I know Hungary is quite congested in terms of that. The slightest mistake at a corner could lose you 2 or 3 positions on the grid. So, yeah, who are you tipping for pole? Is it Scuba?
I'm feeling confident with Scuba, but at the same time, I know if I don't go for Connor, he is not going to shut up about it in the chat. So, because we all know what he's like.
Oh, we do, yes.
But no, I'm. It's a close one between Connor and Scuba. But if you look at it now, from first all the way down to 10th, it's covered by a second.
Exactly.
I mean,
he's just commented saying, "I'm not going to get pole." So, well, that's what he's saying.
I'll hold you to that, Connor.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I know I'm expecting Scuba to have a good race, but I'm hearing that it's a dry quali and it's going to be a dry race, but wet towards the end. So it could be quite an interesting end. It depends on strategies. We know that unless people get their strategy calls right and their pit stops right, then we never know what might happen. So,
well, we all know how harsh Hungary can be on the tyres as well. So your real aspect is that you'll want to nurse those super softs as long as they'll go.
Exactly.
Possibly switch out onto the mediums.
Yeah, I mean,
and then just hope and pray. But
Hungary's normally a decent one-stop, isn't it? But we shall have to wait and see. It depends on how quickly that rain hits and how hard it hits. Because if it obviously comes down quite strong towards the end, obviously inters are going to be the way to go. But yeah, it should be quite an interesting one. I'll be keen to see who takes a punt, because you might see some guys go super softs to softs and anticipate having to change to inters towards the end. It's whether or not you're going to take that risk. So time will tell. But we have got Division 1 driver Mark in the chat who's tipping Jake to crash this evening. So
Mark,
yeah.
You are a very wise man.
Yeah, Pagani saying that his setup feels quite oversteery as well. Cat Amesia's watching. Yeah, Cat, that's my fault about the commentary tonight, buddy. I will speak to you about it afterwards. But
yeah, don't blame me for that one.
He's saying, yay, for once, good commentator with fear. I'd say it's the other way around, to be honest with you, Cat. I'd say if it was me and you in here, it would be a great team. I don't know about Dale, but...
Oi! Cheeky sod. Cheeky sod.
Right, well...
I'm still waiting for payment.
Yeah, well, alright, we can talk about that another time. But no, at the moment we've still only got 3 drivers in the 117s. I imagine the guys now have just over 3 minutes left. Oh dear, there's a bit of contact between Shay and a Red Bull. I'm not sure who that is. That was Kingdom Martin. He completely blocked off Shay. I don't know whether Shay was on a quick lap or not. It says that he was.
He was on a time. He was on a time lap.
Yeah, he was. So Kingdom Martin's completely blocked him off there. I'm not so sure what's happened, but yeah, he just said
Shay's got damage.
Yeah, he has. He's not going to be able to get back in and back out before the time ends either, which is unfortunate for Shay. So I'm sure that'll be something that has to be investigated afterwards. Unfortunately, not good to see. We have got. We're going to call him Tice rather than C Tice Demon. It's much easier. We'll call him Tice.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
Already retired.
Nice. Yeah, he retired at the start of the session, which is I don't know. Would have been nice to see him try set a lap time, just to see where his competitiveness is.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm not mistaken, he only did his first ever league race a couple of days ago, so I know he's feeling quite nervous and apprehensive about it tonight. So we shall see how he fares. But good luck to him. As long as he has fun, that's the main thing. I'm going to go on board with Trizzy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to go on board with Trizzy at the minute because he's only 3 tenths off of off of pole, and he's come around the final corner, and it says he's on a flying lap, so we shall wait and see. I think he might nick it here. Oh no, he's just outside of Scuba's time, but he's got one more attempt. But the only problem that he has got, is that he's going to be putting an extra lap's worth of wear on his tyres. Jakey Boy's gone third of a 1:17.8, just in front of Connor.
Connor's not going to be happy with that.
What do you think for pole time? I reckon it might be about a 17.3 possibly.
We all know what Scuba's like. Low fuel, and we all know he can keep the car on the track.
He certainly
Very
can.
rare that he messes the qualifying up. But I believe what Scuba said earlier in the chat was he focuses more on his race pace than he does his qualifying.
Exactly. Well, we know how quick he's at the race. His lowest finish so far this season is second, and he's got over 100 points in the championship. But yeah, good to see Shay and Kingdom Martin resolving the differences nicely in the stream chat. So thank you for that, lad. Scuba's just come round to finish sector 2. He was a tenth and a half up by the end of the first sector. So let's see where he's at. I think it might have been an invalidation, if I'm going to be completely honest.
I mean,
and, he might just get round in time to start a new flying lap. If he does, it's perfect timing. Oh yeah, I think he's going to. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, Scuba's just got over the line with about a second to go.
Jake's not improved. He's still third, with Connor currently out on a lap. And
Connor's gone quickest.
He goes first.
He goes first. 1:17.5. Wow. I honestly hope he doesn't. Yeah, I hope he doesn't take pole, because otherwise we're never going to hear the end of this.
Even if he does take pole, if we don't beat back tomorrow, we will never hear the end of it.
No. Well, Scuba's 2.5 temps up at the end of the first sector, so providing he doesn't invalidate.
I was going to say in that previous lap time it was a 1:17.4, but he did invalidate. But if he throws together another lap like that, then he's going to knock Connor off of the pole again.
He certainly is.
So
he's come round to complete sector 2 at the minute. Nice clean lap so far. He's just over 3 temps up. So
3 temps up.
I imagine we're going to be seeing about a 1:17.2, something like that from Scuba, providing it's clean in the final sector.
Maybe 4.
I don't think it'll be 4. I reckon it might be a mid 1:17.2. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh,
17.1. Wow.
What?
Great time from Scuba.
I mean, that is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, Connor's getting brave in the chat. He's saying, "How the hell come on, Scuba," in capital letters. So I don't know whether that was him trying to entice him. But Connor's got new internet today, so we might see a new Connor. We shall see. We shall see. But anyway, in terms of the grid, everyone has completed qualifying now. We're just waiting for a couple of guys to retire, but we'll give you the rundown. So we've got Scuba on pole for 1:17.1, with Connor on his debut coming alongside him in P2. We've got Trizzy and Jakey Boy just behind in 3rd and 4th, with very, very close lap times. The only other 2 guys to get into the 1:17s. On the 3rd row, we've got Co-Andy and new driver Chris Bean, who's putting a good qualifying time there.
Very impressed with his qualifying right there.
Could be an outside chance of a podium tonight. It depends on how others get on. So good luck to him. Be watching him with a close eye. Kingdom Martin and Pagani on the 4th row, with Raikkonen and Buddy Boy rounding off the top 10. And then just missing out on the top 10 is Teza and Steph on the 6th row of the grid, with Josh and Smertins just behind. And then the final 2 to set a time is Matt Cause in 15th and Shay in 16th, and Tice unfortunately retired right at the start of the session. So yeah, it should be an interesting one. Hopefully the first couple of turns are nice and clean, not too much damage, and hopefully we'll be on board for a good race. But best of luck to all the drivers watching and everybody watching the stream. Hope you enjoy it. Let's see whether the guys actually listened, and when I said let's have a clean first couple of laps, that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it?
It will be very nice, especially with the possibility of a certain of a league spectating tonight.
Exactly. For those that are unaware, we have been officially challenged by another league by the name of Race Station. So it will be FTRL versus Race Station, which will be going live in the next sort of couple of weeks or so. A few more things to polish off before we can get the dates confirmed, but it should be good fun. So any of you guys watching the stream, welcome. Hope you enjoy this race, and hopefully the lads put on a good performance for you. But just about 25 seconds to go. Who's your tip for podiums tonight, Dale?
Well, you know what they say. It's Hungary is Monaco without the barriers. But saying that, I've got a feeling Connor might get a bit too over-aggressive.
Do you reckon?
So I don't want him to squander his chance, but I'm going to go with the top three we currently have: Scuba, Connor, and Trizzy.
Yeah, I think Scuba will win. I think Connor might come third, and I think Jake might come second. But anyway, if you want to watch the middle of the pack for me, Dale, it's 5 lights. And we are away. Scuba gets a very good start. Connor not so much. I think he might be under pressure from Trizzy. Jakey boy just behind him as well. Going to go 3 wide into turn 1. Connor hugs the inside line. Nice and defensive from Scuba. Scuba's in a half spin. A couple of guys going wide, but fairly clean at the front, it looks like. Jakey boy and Trizzy going side by side down into turn 2. And Connor's lost out on second place at the moment to Trizzy. Oh God. Carnage.
Oh.
Kingdom Martin's gone, Chris Bean is gone.
Martin.
Not the sort of start we wanted to see.
I do believe that'll be down to connection issues though.
Do you think?
Yeah, he was Martin was lagging quite severely on my screen.
Was he? Okay, well that's something we'll need to look at afterwards. Unfortunately to see Chris on his first race getting caught up in some lag problems, but we shall have to see. I believe there was another car involved in that as well. I think it was
it wasn't Demon.
Possibly
Andy's
Andy.
currently down 8 places.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I believe it may have been Andy, but Andy has no front wing.
Well, I must say, it's been an amazing start from Stefan Smertens, up 6 and 7 places. So they put in a fantastic start.
Steph looks like, it's team on team as well. It's teammate battle right now.
Yeah, they need to start picking up some points. Currently bottom of the constructors, those two.
Oh, definitely. We've got Tether run wide at turn 10, allowing Shale to catch up right behind him. Difference in the tyre compounds of Shale on the soft. Oh no, we have the same tyres. A bit of contact. Oh, come on, Shale. Tether, really, guys? I've got a feeling Tether will be sending that one to the stewards.
Yeah, I think so. Not too sure what happened. I think it might have been a bit of an optimistic side by side around turn 2.
I'm not 100% sure if Tether turned in or if Shea went for a gap, but it just didn't exist.
It just wasn't
anymore.
there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he's kept his nose clean. You know, he's still got a front wing. He's up 6 places, so cracker of a start from Shea.
Yeah. Jakey boy's just ploughed into the side of Connor, and Jake's run wide, and now that's allowed Pagani to catch up to Connor. I don't know whether Jake's sporting any wing damage. He's not, but he's now under severe pressure from Steph, and now he's allowed Pagani to catch right up to the back of Connor now. So they're going to go very, very close into turn 1. Bit of a friendly rivalry between these two, so it should be quite interesting. But the front two have certainly extended their gap, and that move by Jake certainly hasn't helped the situation. So I'm sure that one will be looked at as well afterwards.
Oh, definitely.
Bit of a shame, bit of a scruffy start. Only one retirement though. Luckily the guys have carried on.
Smertens is staying all over the back of Steph right now, with Raikkonen enjoying the party as well. But there seems to be a bit of a train forming behind Jakey boy.
Yeah.
With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars taking place right now, with possibly more to catch up, including Shea and Matt Kors. So we could see a bit of a train coming through.
We certainly could. This is a
But,
good battle for P3 at the minute. Sorry to interrupt you, between Pagani and Connor. And I imagine there'll be a lot of respect shown between these two, hopefully. And Matt Cause has gone. What's happened to Matt? He's lost his wheel. Not the best place to do so.
That is on the...
Just starting sector 3, isn't it? After that fast
Just before
right.
sector 3.
Yeah. Unfortunately, to see Matt go.
That is a shame.
Yeah, Tez has only got half the front wing as well at the minute, so he's going to have to soldier on for the time being. But one thing these guys need... Yeah, he's up to 11th. Good start.
He's up to 11th. That's... He is, what, 9 seconds behind the podium. But that is a really, really good start from the rookie.
Certainly is.
Trizzy with a 3-second time penalty already. That's the one issue you've got to keep control of around Hungary.
Yeah. There's a couple of corners really, really easy to cut. I mean, Trizzy, he's very, very fast. I know his lag issues should be gone now, given the fact that he's got himself some new internet, I believe. But he's quite prone to getting penalties. So, and Connor isn't, if I'm not mistaken. So this could be a major factor. I know Pagani's quite partial to a penalty here and there as well. But yeah,
that's the thing though. We all know the respect that Connor and Pagani have for each other.
Oh yeah, they won't admit it.
Oh yeah, they will not admit it one single bit. But we both know that push comes to shove, there won't be any scraps between them that involve being physical with the cars.
Exactly. I think there'll be some hard but fair racing between the two of them. I imagine we'll see a few little aggressive moves, but I don't think it'll be anything untoward. But Pagani driving really well at the minute, up 4 positions from the start. Not the best qualifying from Pagani, but if I remember correctly, he's pretty good around Hungary. And I know he's out in America with his missus, who he hasn't seen for a long time, so I'm sure that'll be extra bit of motivation to show off in front of her.
Oh, definitely. He'll be wanting to prove a point that even though he might be in a different country right now, he can still race and he can still prove the point.
Exactly.
But looking at this battle between Steph and Smertens, Steph seems to be pulling away a little bit. Yeah,
I was just looking at the times because it was sort of about 4 attempts before, but Steph looks like he's got some pace. But right, Josh and Raikkonen, wherever they are.
Josh and Raikkonen. Josh is putting in a very, very... he's up 5 places. Shea's up 7 now. And he's just going to be catching these guys. There's tyre wear coming into effect.
Yeah, right, Pagani's really close to the back of Connor. I don't think he'll have enough. Come down into turn 1, but we'll have DRS again very late on the brakes. He's at the back of Connor. Connor's in a half spin, and Pagani has lost half of his wing. So that's twice Connor's had a shunt from the car behind him now, but Pagani was just a little bit later on the brakes. And now he's got half the front wing with Jake behind him, who's already put in a pretty poor move in this race, and I'm wondering whether he's going to do that again at some point. He can be quite erratic at times, Jake. And there we go. Oh.
Did he really just think about a move going up the inside of that
yeah, I think so. He needs to be seriously careful.
Oh, believe me, he does.
Well, at the moment, Connor looks odds on for a podium as it stands because Jake is behind Pagani. Pagani's now got half the front wing, and Connor's already pulled out just under a second to Pagani in 2 sectors.
Jake goes for the inside inside Pagani. Bit of contact with Jake getting a move done. It was a bit of a late dive bomb that, but fairly clean. And Pagani's into the pits. He's in.
Yeah.
He's surely he'd be thinking right now, stick mediums on, push as long as you can go.
Yeah, exactly right. We've got Josh closing up to the back of Smertens now.
So Josh and what you can't forget is this is his rookie debut. This is his debut race. Well, I believe it is at least.
It certainly is. Yeah, he's a reserve driver looking for a Div 2 seat, and he's not doing himself any harm at the moment. But Hopefully he doesn't make contact with Smertens rear wheel there, but he certainly looks quicker at the moment than Smertens.
Much quicker. But we don't know if that's down to a tyre wear or not. So
Exactly.
It's 3-second time penalty, straight across, clear corner cut back, mate. Sorry, but
Yeah. Well, Jake currently on a yellow flag, which was he served a qualifying ban. So the next step for him, should there be some investigations afterwards, would be a one race ban. So, but I'm just on board with Josh now, as he's really, really close to Mertens. Is he going to take a look up the inside?
He's having a look.
Mertens has got the inside line. Jake needs to be a bit earlier on the brakes and try a bit of a switch back on him. If he can do it, that's what he's tried to do, but Mertens has defended it well. But I imagine Josh, if he gets a good exit out the final corner, will certainly have him into turn one. And it looks like he has a bit of a wobble.
There we go.
Yeah, he's right on the back of him now. I imagine this will be easy pickings for him. Mertens defending very well. But yeah,
very
Josh
well.
gets the move done.
Very well.
Mertens
Job
having another look at him. But it has allowed Steph to pull away by a couple of seconds.
What we can't forget is Shale's pulling up right behind him as well. This is playing into Shale's hands really well.
It certainly is, but Shay, if you can hear me, just be sensible.
Just remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do, okay?
Don't listen to Dale. We know about his track manner, especially at Singapore.
Hey, doesn't involve you, that.
I'm just
That's
looking as
me
well.
and the podium.
Yeah, Shay's actually on the soft tyre as well, so the two guys ahead of him are on supers. So in terms of the soft runners, Shay is second. He's going to the outside of Smertens. Yeah, lifts off.
Switch,
sensible move. He doesn't
we
need to...
we all know what Smertens is like. Whoa, that could have gone a lot worse than what it did. Chris Beam with a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah.
Oh, but Scuba in the pits.
Yeah, Trizzy's pitted as well. So those guys are going to softs. So I'm thinking the rain might be expected slightly earlier than we anticipated. But yeah, Scuba is going to come out behind his teammate in P7. So Connor at the moment is our current race leader.
But Jake is not too far behind.
No, a couple of seconds behind.
However, he's 2 seconds behind. However, we know Connor is not going to give up. He is not going to let Jake by for the life of him.
Yeah, that's one
regardless.
thing. Oh, we've got Shane Smertens, bit of contact. Shay's kind of forced his way through there. Not too sure about that one, but we shall see. Looks quite aggressive.
We'll certainly have to see. I think what half of these drivers don't realise is that some of the people they're racing with are stewards for the league.
Yeah.
I mean, especially, we had Sai at first, just Sai. And now we've got Connor in here as well, so...
Yeah. Exactly, and we've got Lennon, the other one, watching with a keen eye.
Exactly.
So, I'm sure, but Scuba's all over the back of Smertens now, so Smertens' tyres are really starting to drop off. I think he's going to need to think about a pit stop at some point very soon. But Scuba's got the inside line down into turn one. Yeah. Scuba's going to get this done, I think. Yep, he certainly is.
Yeah, he's done it. He's straight past him.
So Scuba on those fresh, soft tyres. And Trizzy is behind Smertens as well. So all that's going to do is benefit Scuba, providing that if he gets close to Shay, Shay lets him through. Because they're racing different races at the minute. So Scuba is the current net leader of the Grand Prix. Yep. Shay's going to let him through yet. Nice teamwork from Shay.
Yep.
And Scuba, good to see. And now Trizzy's all over the back of Smertens as well. Smertens needs to think about a pit stop. I think prototype Steph. Oh, who's that gone off? That's a Haas. And that is Josh.
That's Josh. Whoa, Trizzy came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Josh has just clattered into the wall as well. But no damage somehow.
No damage whatsoever.
Very strange. So a bit of
His
a...
tyres are shot, though. His tyres are shot.
Yeah.
He's going to have to pit now. And
No,
he
he's
stayed
staying
out.
out. He's so smart.
Oh, that was close to the wall.
I think these guys might be pushing it a little bit too far, but Corandy's just got past Tezza. Tezza still got that front right damage, but Corandy's back up into the points. Didn't have the best of times in Spain, so he was going to be looking to get some redemption. In terms of the driver standings on people that are actually in the league now, obviously now myself and Mark have moved up, Corandy is net second in the championship, so he's going to need to score well. But yeah, Lennon's just made a point in the stream chat saying Connor can win this if he's quick enough on his next stint. So, which is very, very true indeed. We've got Shay.
He's just scored himself a 3-second time penalty, so...
Certainly has. Trizzy's just got past Shay. Running wide.
Wow. Just saw a comment from Mark saying that make a div 3 for Jake.
Yeah. Well, on that note, Jakey Boy's actually come into the pit, so he's going to be looking for the undercut on Connor. He was about 1.6, 1.7 seconds behind when he made the stop. So I'm wondering whether Connor will respond at the end of lap 12.
These laps have certainly thrown by though today.
Yeah.
We're on lap 12. Connor leading with a just under a 7-second advantage to Scuba. However, Scuba does have first place. Connor is only running in the provisional first for the time being. Steph close behind on the soft tyres, with Trizzy not too far behind Steph either.
No.
Shea, he was lucky to keep out of the wall, Shea. That was good control. If memory serves me right, isn't Shea running no traction tonight?
Tonight he is, yes.
Well, he certainly done better than what we expected. He's I don't mean that in no disrespect either, Shea, mate. You really are. What's that saying? Oh, according to Lennon, Jake's just put on the supers.
Yeah, I've literally just seen that. Jake's
Yeah,
got on the
wow.
supers tyre, so the only thing I'm thinking is obviously when it goes to the wets, as we have seen, yeah, Connor has pitted.
Onto the mediums.
And where was Jake in all this? So Jake, I think, is going to overtake Connor.
Jake's he's jumped him.
Yeah, he certainly has.
That is not what Connor wanted. He's going to be kicking himself.
Yeah,
I know he
Connor
will be.
onto
However,
the medium tyres as well. And Jakey Boy is on them quicker supers. But unless... I'm not too sure what Jake's done there, to be honest, in terms of pitting for the supers again. But we shall see how it fares for him.
What's going on by Shales was part of the wing. He's had a collision somewhere. That's allowed Jacob to slide up the inside, slide into the DMs like. With God knows why I just said that. We've got Trizzy all over the back of Steph. Josh is certainly on a mission. He's on the super soft still. He's not pitted. 13 laps and he's not pitted. Jake's just gone up the inside. Those shows a big difference between the fresh and, well, pretty much dead tyres. But
yeah, well, Josh's pit window is lap 14, so I imagine he'll come in at the end of this lap, and Shay is coming to the pits now. So
that promotes podium up to 6th place.
Certainly does.
He has got DRS on Josh. He is making slow inroads.
He is. He needs to make short work of this. I think Josh will pit at the end of this lap, but if Connor can get by before that, that'll be fantastic for him. But you can certainly see the difference in the tyre wear between the two cars. Connor much later braking into the corners and so on. Are they going to do this here side by side? I think they are.
Are we really going to do this? They are. Josh goes wide. He can hook it round the outside though if he's smart. No. He's going to go for the switchback move. Much better line. Much better
Lovely.
exit out of the corner. And he's taking it.
Fantastic overtake there. In my opinion, that's one of the best that we've seen so far, yeah.
That is an overtaking masterclass. Right, mate,
Yeah.
Connor. I'm going to regret saying that.
You certainly are, mate. Right, we've got Smertens on the back of Coandy at the minute in the battle for P8.
Both men haven't stopped as well, so Smertens is definitely all over. He's on super softs.
Yeah, so it looks like he's going two-stop as well, but I mean, Jake's pulling away from Connor at the minute.
I believe I've just seen some rain start to come down somewhere. Yeah, it's starting to rain. It's raining. If you're on the ball with Tezzy, it's starting to rain. So
Yeah.
we are definitely going to be seeing intermediate conditions at some point.
Yeah, Josh has just retired, unfortunately.
Oh.
Which is
So
a
what's
shame
happened
to
there
see.
then?
Not too sure, retired in the pits. But yeah, with the rain starting to come down, I think Connor might have actually played a pretty smart move there, because he's gone to the mediums and they will certainly have more grip as the rain starts to come down than what the supers will, in my opinion. So I imagine Jake will start to lose his grip a lot sooner than Connor will. So it might have actually been quite a smart move from him, but we shall see as the laps go by. Keep an eye on that gap. Yeah, Smertens has got past Coandy, so he's up into 7th. Prototype Steph is still in 3rd place, still not to stop on those soft tyres. The only people not to stop so far is Steph, Tezza and Tice.
A strong showing from Ty. So yeah, I know he's down in 13th, but it's 4 positions gained. I mean, however, Chris is all over backing him with the medium tyres on compared to Tice's soft tyres.
Certainly is.
But
What,
it's
Shay
a 10
going for a move, sorry, on the outside of Bully Boy. Shay on the supers, Bully Boy on the mediums. Bully Boy locks up going into turn 1. Shay tries a switch back, bit of contact on the back of the car. They're going to go side by side now. Yeah, Shay can be late on the brake, but he's gone wide. But he's going to have better traction coming out.
Is that going to allow?
Yeah, he's got the move done. Nice move.
Very nice move. Nice battle in there.
Certainly
it'll be interesting. As you were saying though, it'll that is a very good shout from Lennon actually. Lennon says that Scooby needs to stretch his tyres so when it rains he doesn't have to make 2 more stops.
Yeah.
I mean, in all realisticness and all reality, if the rain was a lot heavier right now and it was intermediate conditions, you could make the intermediate last those 18 laps.
Yeah. You could do.
Oh, Shale practically drifting around that last corner, that penultimate corner, but he's into the pits.
He's not going to go on the inters, is he? Surely.
Surely not. He's got a 5-second stop.
Yeah, as the
penalty
inters are out. So Shay is the first guy on the intermediate tyres. I mean, the rain is starting to come down, but I wouldn't say it's ready just yet. You can normally tell when there's a bit of spray coming from the front tyres on the onboard cam.
In all fairness, even when there's spray coming down, I still tend to wait until I see the DRS is disabled. That way I know for certain. But no, I guess we'll have to see how he takes this outlap. But no, he's skidding on the back. Oh.
And he's binned it.
He's gone.
He's gone. Maybe it was a bit too soon for Shay, unfortunately. Mine.
Shame me, chap. Oops.
Love how light-hearted he is. Anyway, right, we're going to go down on board with Chris Bean as he's on the back of Tezza. Tezza on the soft tyres, yet to make a stop, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, yet to make a stop.
Yeah. Tether and Smertens. It's Tether and Steph, in fact. And Demon. But no, Tezza's in now.
Yeah, Tezza's just coming in.
Chris is going round for another lap. Everyone is still out. So, Steph, remarkably 18 laps on those soft tyres.
Well, that could be quite a smart move, because if it gets to a point in the next... It needs to be soon for him, to be honest. But if he's going to do that, then what that does mean is that he can just go straight onto the inters. So, and everyone else around him will have to stop again.
He's two and a bit seconds down coming out of Sector 2. So
yeah.
Conditions are certainly getting much worse.
I think Connor might have had a bit of a wobble because he was about 5.5 seconds behind Jake, and he now finds himself about 8 seconds behind. Yeah.
See, it's all down to timing now for it, judging these pit stops. Because if Connor can nail this perfectly, he could potentially make up a solid few positions.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Pagani's running a good race despite his damage earlier on. He's in P6. But
good
other
old
than that,
Panini.
Yeah, good old Panini. There's not too much going on in terms of battles on track, so we'll go on board with the race leader Scuba and get a bit of a masterclass of Hungary, as this man, in my opinion, is one of the best that I've seen around this track. I mean, we know anybody that can take good aids a large proportion into the race. I know good aids was quicker, but it still displayed some very solid driving.
He is certainly showing the masterclass. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say he's possibly one of the, if not the fastest drivers we have in the not just Division 2, but Division 1 as well.
Yeah, he's one of the quickest guys we've got across both divisions, so he's certainly proven that. He's the first driver to... Right, Prototype Steph has come into the pits, so what tyre will we see him go on? The rain is starting to come down more. Is he going to make the punt and go on to inters?
Yes, he is.
He certainly is, right.
Be interesting to see how well this can play off for Steph. Very interesting indeed.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Steph comes out the pits in P7. And he's got Co-Andy for company. Not too sure, it still looks a little bit slidey. Yeah, I don't think it's quite time as Steph's on the grass. The thing is, if he can make...
He did very well to keep out of the barrier.
Yeah, he's going for a spin now. There he goes.
Speaking of keeping it out of the barrier, he is now officially into the barrier.
Yeah. And he's just retired from the session, unfortunately, to see. So no, not quite...
That is unfortunate.
Not quite time just yet. We have got Tezza on the inters as well. And we have Tice on the inters as well. So these guys going for the risk strategy, should I call it? Yeah, Tezza very sensibly letting...
We are both down one lap. So Scuba is currently running through the chicane heading into the, well, swooping left right section. He's coming to the end of Sector 2.
Yeah, I'm just on board with Bully Boy at the minute, who's making ground on Raikkonen in P8.
Well, Chris is currently in the pits. I'll be back in a second, but
No problem. Okay, Bully Boy's struggling on those medium tyres as we're on board with him at the moment. But I'm keeping all eyes at the moment on this gap between Connor and Jake. So I imagine we'll start to see that going down pretty soon. There is some spray coming off the front tyres as the track is starting to dampen. But yeah, the track does look like it's starting to get very wet indeed. I'm going to say maybe around lap 25, 26 possibly, DRS will be disabled. I don't think it's coming down heavy enough to be any sooner than that, but we shall see. But you never know with this wet weather, it can change very quickly. In fact, that little slide from Bully Boy then, he might have been within the 1 second gap. He's just going to be outside of it.
well, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my takeaway arriving half an hour early. Chris was in the pits when I last checked. He's on the intermediates. Panini, Pagani, Panini. 3 second time penalty once again, mate.
Just quickly, Connor has brought the gap down to Jake by over 2 seconds in the space of about a lap. So as we expected, Jake's tyres are really starting to wear off.
He's into the pits now.
Is he?
Connor's going to go after another lap.
And Bully Boy's on the back of Raikkonen as it currently stands.
All over the back of him as it stands.
Yeah, he's had a better
those
exit.
mediums, it's a lot heavier in sector 2.
Yeah.
That rain is a lot heavier in sector 2 than it is anywhere else on the track.
Is Jakey Boy on the... Right, if I'm not mistaken, Jake has just gone onto the soft tyre.
Oh, Jake.
Maybe his tyres had just completely run out of steam. So, well, in my opinion, quite a silly move, and that's pretty much gifted Connor a podium. No pun
On his
intended.
debut race. Oh my god, he is not. Oh wow. We are not going to hear the end of this.
What's that?
Connor on the podium.
Oh, I know. I know.
Onto the podium is now officially onto the podium.
Oh, God. He's going to hate you for saying that. I just want you to know. Okay, Raikkonen's into the pits and he's put on intermediate tyres as well. So the bottom 4 runners that we've got, it must be, or there or thereabouts.
However, looking at Chris, does seem to be struggling though. So maybe it's not time just yet. But it's certainly getting that way. Unless it's one of those weird weather forecasts where it rains, but it's too dry for intermediates and too wet for slicks.
Yeah, well, Pagani's coming to the pits now.
So good old Panini's in. He brakes extra early to make sure he doesn't get a stop-go penalty to add to his other penalties he currently has.
We have a yellow in sector 1. Connor, he's gone.
He's lost his part of his wing. Oh, Connor.
So Jakey Boy has got past him. Connor's now lost his wing. He's going to be very disappointed with that. Although he was only saying to me just earlier on that he doesn't crack under pressure. I don't want to say no more, but...
Consider the egg cracked.
Yeah. Okay, Pagani is out on... What tyres is Pagani on? Pagani's out on the super softs. And he seems to be pretty quick on them.
He's just blitzed past Andy.
Right, now Jake's just gone off, I believe, and it's allowed Connor to go back through. So this is quite interesting. Jake is off again.
He has got no grip in those tyres. Connor's surely going to have to pit now.
Yeah.
Bully Boy's retired. Ah, he's hit the wall going up the hill.
Yeah, he's lost it a lot. I don't think we're going to see too many finishes, to be honest with you. We've got Pagani and Smertens going very close. A lot of the guys starting to group together on track now as Andy's rejoined this little battle. So at the moment, I think the top two are pretty secure, but other than that, it's all to play for. We've got Jakey Boys run extremely wide on the penultimate corner. Someone has just come into the pits, and that is onto the podium. So
Jake and Connor are both into the pits.
Okay, so what is the decision going to be? Jake's just got a 5-second stop go for speeding in the pit lane. Jake's crew have the intermediates out, and Connor's have the soft tyres.
Softs?
So what's the thinking behind this then? Well, we'll get a very clear indication of what was the correct tyre
in a second.
Lennon's tipping Pagani for a podium. DRS has now been disabled.
Active,
It's literally just been disabled as Connor's come out of the pits.
Oh, Connor.
So at the moment, Jake has made the right call. Very surprised that Connor went onto the soft tyres.
He is managing to pull away though. Oh, no way.
No, that gap is coming down.
That gap is coming down quite considerably as well.
Jake was in a half spin going around that corner. Trizzy's coming to the pits.
Think about this very carefully.
Yeah.
And Trizzy's put on the super soft, on the soft tyres.
So maybe this rain is due to disappear then. Oh, Jake's run very wide. Maybe the rain's due to go. I'm really not too sure. But Scuba's got a 42-second lead, so he can really afford to do whatever he wants, Scuba.
He could quite happily pit twice and still, still have a good chance.
Yeah.
Lennon is now saying Pagani for the podium, so...
Yeah, Andy and Smertens have now put on the inters, so the only guys on the dry tyres are the top three and Connor. As it currently stands, Andy's come out just behind this battle and so has Smertens, so now it's a four-way battle for 4th place. The inters definitely look quicker, but the softs don't look like they're completely unbearable at the moment. And that rain doesn't seem to be...
It doesn't seem to be getting any harder, or any heavier.
What it looks like is the intermediates are quicker, but Jake's just got a 3-second time penalty there. But Connor seems to be having the better traction coming out of corners. Jake's always going to a half spin quite a lot of the time, so he's either a bit too keen on the throttle. Yeah, Pagani's only 5 seconds behind Trizzy. So that's something to watch out for. But
it could get rather interesting about, but I'm going to stay on board with Jake. He's going up the inside of Connor. Is Connor going to give him room though? I don't know, but it's allowed Andy close up right behind him. They both run wide, and Andy swooped on through.
Andy's come through.
Oh, seems to be a bit of a lag there.
Yeah, tiny
on,
bit.
My screen.
Oh, Connor went into a half spin. Yeah, this is very weird conditions. But
if you look, it's starting to brighten up again.
Yeah. But if you go on board with the drivers, it doesn't really seem to be improving that much. So the only thing I can think of is maybe the rain's going to stop within a couple of laps, and I can't imagine at the moment it will take too long for the track to dry up again, because it's still quite a dry racing line, which you can see. So yeah, Connor's falling off just a little bit. He's under pressure from Smertens now. But lovely, well, just want to make a point, lovely sort of double swoop and capitalising on a mistake from Andy there, which gained him 2 positions on his teammate and Jake. So
definitely, and Andy's showing that he's no slouch. He's not. He's not going to get it shown up by his teammate.
Well, he is a fantastic teammate, Andy. Like I said, I was with him for the first sort of 5 races of the season, and Jake's run wide. He's in a spin. He's across the track.
Massively. He's lost his wing.
He certainly has. Is he retired? He has. Jake's retired.
He's gone. So.
Well, I must admit, I'm very annoyed that he's retired just because he's hit the wall. No tyre loss. Very disappointed for that.
About that. He's left the session as well. He's just gone.
Yeah. Well, anyway, not much can be done, but all we can say is that now, whoever finishes this race is guaranteed points. So Tice on his debut and Chris could both get points on their first official races. We've got Smertins all over the back of Connor at the minute, and Andy's pulling away. All Smertins on that wobbly curb. Yeah, Reikland's out to pit for a fresh wing, so Chris Bean is up to 7th place. Yeah, these are really weird conditions, probably the strangest that I've seen for some time, but anyway, right, Trizzy has brought the gap down to Scuba by 10 seconds since we last looked. So I can only think that those soft tyres are starting to come into their own, so it must mean that it's starting to dry up on track a little bit now, surely.
Don't forget the Scuba, he's only paid once. Whereas Trizzy's on his much fresher soft tyres.
Yeah, we're going to stay on this battle between Smertins and Connor, 2 admins in the league.
Just imagine the fireworks if these 2 came together.
Yeah, I don't think there would be.
Oh, true.
They're good lads.
It'd be a rather in-depth conversation, though.
Yeah, it'd be quite funny actually.
Oh,
Smertins is taking the drive into turn 1.
He's gone for the move.
Connor with a switchback.
Switchback by Connor, but he doesn't have the grip.
Nope, so I gets it done. Lovely move.
Lovely jubbly there, mate. Lovely jubbly.
Yeah, size.
Okay.
Right, we're 5 laps to go at the minute, so pretty interesting. This is the closest battle on track. Oh, we've got Tezo who's very close to the back of. Right, Smertens has just got another 3-second time penalty. No, that's his second one at least. Tezo is on the back of his teammate now. Tice, who's in P9. And Trizzy's really starting to pull away from Pagani now, but I think even with the penalties Pagani has got, I think he's nailed on for a podium as it currently stands if he can make this last. Tezza getting very close to his teammate now, and Tice is just let him through. Good sportsmanship there.
Very good sportsmanship. They're both guaranteed points anyway, so...
Exactly. He's, I think he's realised that his teammate is quicker.
Well, Trizzy's just got a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, well, I know Pagani's got a few, and I think Trizzy has as well, so I think they'll probably cancel each other out.
Have a quick rundown of the incidents so far.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Trizzy's second time penalty.
And how many has Pagani got? I know he's got at least 2.
Panini. 1. Oh no, wait, tell a lie, it's Trizzy's third.
Trizzy's third, and how many's Pagani got?
Still searching. 2. 3.
Right, DRS has just been re-enabled now. So as we expected, or as we thought, should I say. Right, Smerton's just gone really, really wide, and now Connor is going to be on a mission for the final couple of laps. So I imagine he'll get past Smerton's very, very soon. But the question is, can he make up 11 seconds to Andy? So Connor's just got through past Smerton's, coming around the final corner. So let's have a
He's into the pits.
Yeah, let's keep a close eye on the... Well, Smerton should still come out in front of Chris, so Smerton should have P6 guaranteed.
He's changing his wing, but Chris is into the pits as well.
Yeah, so Smerton's just going to keep this position. Right, I'm just trying to keep an eye on this gap, because if Andy comes into the pits, Connor's going to be up into P4. How many penalties did you say Pagani had?
3, I believe.
3, okay. And he's on the super soft, so his tyres are going to be really, really worn. Shay just made a point and said, is his tyres going to last? And I don't think Connor's got any penalties, if I'm not mistaken.
I shall have a quick look, investigate right now.
Yeah, that gap's coming down.
Connor... No.
He hasn't, okay. And we know Pagani's got, what, 3 did you say?
3.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, 3.
So Connor is currently 22 seconds behind, 21 seconds behind. Pagani's gap to Trizzy is increasing. Scuba's just put on the supers, but Trizzy's only 3 seconds behind. But I imagine Scuba will still take the race win. Co-Andy has stayed out, so that could really be the wrong decision.
Cost him,
yeah, it could really cost him. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. I was trying to think of the word then. So Connor needs to get past Andy and get within 9 seconds. So he needs to make up about 11 seconds roughly in 3 laps.
I don't think he will.
No, Pagani's tyres are going to be really coming off, but it's going to be close. I think it's going to be closer than what people think. Connor's now 1.5 seconds behind Andy, so he's made up 12 seconds to Andy in a couple of laps. Hopefully Andy will play sportsmanship and let him through. Yes, he does, where Andy goes into the pits. But so Connor's promoted himself up into P4. He's going to have DRS as well, which will help him. And we can keep an eye on this gap. Yeah, it's 19.5 seconds. I don't think he'll do it in 3 laps. He needs to find about 10 seconds on Pagani.
3 laps. I don't know if he... Same rate that he closed down on Andy. I don't know, he might just get it by skin of his teeth.
I think it's a bit too much to ask. But we never know. If Pagani gets another time penalty, we're not too sure. We shall see. Tice is still running on the intermediates. Hopefully that doesn't cost him. But Smertens is 4.5 seconds behind Andy, but with Smertens' time penalties, I think P6 is the guarantee for him. But yeah, comfortable for Scuba. Not been on the stream too much tonight, but I don't think he's needed to be. Yeah, Connor's made up about a second on Pagani in that lap, but it's going to be too much for him, I believe. Let's have a look at Pagani's tyres. They don't look too bad.
No, we don't.
He's running in rich as well, so I think he's quite content with how he is. I don't think he's got too much to worry about now. I think he could just pop this in lean if he wanted to and just coast the car home, because he's nailed on for his first podium of the season. So in terms of position changes, I can't see too much happening now.
No.
In terms of penalties, I'm not too sure how many Chris and Smertens. I know Smertens has got at least 2. I don't know whether Chris has got any. But we shall see come the checkered flag. I think we'll go on board with Scuba for his final lap. And he's coming down now to cross the line to start lap 35.
Let's see let's have a tour of Hungary by Scuba for our final lap today.
I'd love to do the onboard analysis of qualifying like they do in real F1, but unfortunately I'm not quite Martin Brundle yet.
couple of years. Chris has got a time penalty, 3 seconds.
Exactly right. Well, it's been quite a controversial race this evening, given all the things that's gone on. Unfortunately, we've had 8 retirements, 7 retirements. Yeah, 7.
Yeah, 7.
So really disappointed with that. But I'm sure there'll be quite a few incidents to review. The stewards have been for a busy night tonight. But I think we're going to have to make some form of rule about just retiring because you can't be bothered after crashing out. It infuriates me quite a lot.
I'll throw something together about that.
Yeah, I think the perfect example of this is like Chris, because Chris at the start of the race got absolutely wiped out by Kingdom Martin. Scuba crosses the line to take the race win, his 4th win of the season out of 6 races. Amazing drive from him, dominated from start to finish. Trizzy comes home in 2nd place, so a really good performance from him. And I believe Pagani's going to come home in P3. Indeed he is. Connor's brought the gap down to 15.5 seconds, but it's not quite enough. But no, I mean, like I said, Chris is the perfect person to look at there because he lost it on lap 1, pitted for a new wing and so on, and he's ended up coming 7th. So I know it's not quite a podium or anything like that, but it's still some solid points on his debut as well. And it's certainly a nice way to get yourself some points even after a bad race. So they're the sort of people that you want to look at. But yeah, so Pagani's come home in 3rd place. Connor has ended his debut in 4th. Coandy's come around the final corner now to come home in P5, so another solid performance from Andy. And Smertens has come around to take his highest points finish of the season in P6 in the Ferrari. And Chris.
And we've got Chris. I'm not gonna lie, lad's done me proud today. As you were just saying, he got taken out lap 1, lost his wing and had to pit, back of the pack, a good 40 seconds behind everyone. And he comes home in 7th, not lapped, on his debut race. I mean, there is the question of maybe if some other people hadn't retired, would he still be in that position? But it was a very strong showing from him today.
Exactly. Yeah, no, really good performance. Scuba lifts the trophy high for the 4th time of the season. So midway through, Scuba is now on 136 points. So I think in 2 races time he can wrap up the championship. If he wins the next 2, providing other results goes away. Trizzy comes home in 2nd, and Pagani for the first time of the season comes home in 3rd. In my opinion, driver of the day has got to be Pagani. I know he's got a few penalties, but it's his first podium of the season. He's made up 5 places. Really good performance from him. So, yeah, well chuffed with that. Any further comments you want to make on tonight's race, mate?
I'm a bit disappointed, not gonna lie, about the amount of retirements we've had. But for on-screen action and battles, it has been fairly good. Yeah. I'm chuffed. There's been some standout drives this evening, in fact. But there is some talking points we can pull away from tonight's race.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, anyway, right. Well, that brings Division 2 Hungary for round 6 of FTRL to a close. We have got the Division 1 race tomorrow. We've had a couple of new drivers come up from Division 2. And and with the way that the current championship lies, there's 4 points between the top 3. So we'll see how that fares after tomorrow's race. But I'm sure we will. I believe Shayo is going to host a commentary tomorrow night, which we're very grateful for. So fingers crossed that goes ahead. And we shall see you all next week, where I believe we are in Malaysia for round 7. But yeah, cheers for your time tonight, Dale, and thank you for everybody for watching.
It's all right, Aaron.
And we shall see you soon.